Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 4 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, Cosmo and his companions defeated Esturk, the resurrected ruler of evil. He was imprisoned underground by Master Dragon a long time ago, but the miners at Actemto were digging for gold. They dug too deep and they uncovered a place where he was sealed. So the monsters found out about that right here at the Dire Palace. But Cosmo had the Staff of Transformation, was able to find out the monster's plans, and he was able to head to Actemto and defeat Esturk. So you think the game will be over because we defeated the ruler of evil, but Necrosaro is still out there, and he's kind of mad. Not just because we defeated Esturk, but because we learned that Rosa, the elf that he is in love with, was kidnapped by humans. I hear Rose the Elf, Necrosaro's beloved, was resurrected by humans. Necrosaro will be frustrated if he finds out about that. Oh yeah, he will. Something is wrong. No one returns from Actemto. So a lot of the monsters say the same stuff. The ones that don't, I'm going to talk with here. And then we'll head over to Riverton because I heard a bad rumor. Esturk the Great was resurrected but was destroyed by the hero. I don't believe it. While we were down there where Esturk was, he was sealed away with a gas canister, which one of the craftsmen in Riverton said that if he had, he'd be able to create a balloon, a flying balloon. So we're going to give him that gas canister to get that flying balloon, because the flying balloon will allow us to reach two areas that we couldn't reach earlier. One is an island surrounded by shoals. We would have ran into that island if we would have went west of Conanbar, where we first got our ship, but we went east instead. We wrapped around the world that way to get to Moonbara. But and the other place is the X marks the spot map on that treasure map that Howard at Mintos gave us. So that guy, if we don't give him the gas canister, he's basically a buff down must. We have to give it to him. Well, you have to complete the game. But once you just talk with him, start that dialogue. You don't have any choice. He just says, "Hey, come back tomorrow, and I'll give you a balloon." So we just go over here, stay at the inn, and he will have created a balloon for us. And we'll learn that he'll be creating a whole bunch more for other people, too. Welcome back. I finally completed a flying balloon. I'll give you the first one. It's outside. Talk with him again, and he'll say, "The gas from the canister is essential for flying balloons. I can make many balloons." Well, that's good. Flying is nice. So it's kind of like Lamia from Dragon Quest III. We're now going to use the balloon, though, to get to these places. So all I have to do is just go onto the balloon, press the A button, and press the arrow in the direction you want to go. It's not like Ultima 6, where you have a balloon and you have to cast like the wind spell to move the balloon around because it moves with the wind. So we're going to head to the north east just to get to Conanbar. And then once we get to Conanbar, we'll just head directly to the west, and we'll go to that. It'll take us to that island where they were surrounded by shoals. So here's that island. Like I said, we went a different way to get here. Now this island has a town on it and 3 dungeons. You can't really reach one of the dungeons though. Directly to the north of us, there's a dungeon surrounded by mountains. The only way to get to that dungeon is to climb up the Zenithian Tower, which is a dungeon to the south of us, and get to the Zenithian Castle, and then from the Zenithian Castle you can jump off the Zenithian Castle, and you end up in that dungeon there, outside that cave, and that's the Caves of the Dark World. But we can't go climb up the Zenithian Tower yet. We can try to, but we're going to be kicked out, because we don't have all the Zenithian gear yet. We still need the Zenithian sword. So, where's that? Find out. Probably where that treasure is, where that treasure map is telling us to go. But we'll explore there a little bit later. We have a few things you want to do around here first. Like take out some few new monsters. Saw those wily mages, they're pretty common around this area. We have these Inferno Sentinels. They cast a lot of deadly spells, so if you have Christo in your party, he'll use the Stop spell. If someone has the Sphere of Silence, they'll use that like Alina did. And if someone has the Staff of Anti-Magic, they might use that as well to cast the Stop spell against these guys. Speaking of spells, Bray cast a chaos spell successfully on the ogre over there on the right, and now he's been helping us out by hurting his friends, and he actually ends up finishing himself off here too. So, oh, there he is, confused, hits himself. Thanks, ogre, who helped us out. And I just got to pass through this swamp here, unfortunately, but swamps don't take off much damage. We'll heal up a little bit later. There's a Zenithian tower there, a lot of new monsters in there, and it's a really long dungeon. But like I said, we can't really do anything in it now, because if you try to enter it without all the Zenithian equipment, we end up getting this message. You just try to step forward, and before you get into the door here, a voice is heard. This is the Zenithian tower. Only those who are eligible can enter or leave. And you automatically get turned around here, so... yeah, we'll have to come back here later on when we get the Zenithian sword. But before we do that, we're going to head to the town to the northwest here. But there's also a dungeon to the northeast, so we'll hit the dungeon first. The dungeon is short. There's only 2 pieces of treasure in there. It's optional, and there's no monsters in there. I guess the thing about it is there's like a little puzzle you have to solve to get all the stuff in it. The main thing you want to get is the Baron's Horn. The Baron's Horn allows you to call the wagon to areas where you normally wouldn't be able to have the wagon, which is really good for, like, because at the end of the game, you have to go through this palace, and then once you get out of the palace, you're on the overworld again, in the world of darkness. Now, you can't have the wagon through the palace, but if you use the the Baron's Horn outside the palace, then the wagon will appear, so you have access to your full party when you fight the final boss, rather than just the party you used to get through the Dark Palace. So it just makes it a lot easier at the end there, so... So there's like 2 treasures here, but 1 main puzzle you gotta solve. To solve the puzzle, you just have to move an elevator out of the way. So first we're gonna fall down this hole, and then we're going to take this staircase here, and that'll get us to the Baron's Horn. Like I said, that's the alternate like treasure that we're gonna use to summon our wagon. And then the other treasure to get that, then I'm gonna take the fall down this hole here. And we're going to take the elevator here up to the top. And then this floor where the elevator was stopped at, there's a staircase there that was hidden by the elevator. So now we can take that staircase and get the treasure at the bottom. So pretty simple puzzle, but when you have to solve, like I said, you want to get everything. Luckily, like I said, there's no monsters in here, so if you mess up, you can always just leave and start over again. But there's that where the elevator used to be. Now that's gone. Take this staircase down here to get the Dress of Radiance. It's a pretty good dress. The only thing bad about it is it has good defensive power. Only the women can wear it, including your hero if you have a female hero. But the problem with the dress is it basically casts the... whoever wears it has the Fend spell cast on them automatically. So, like, if you try to cast a buffing spell on them or a healing spell on them, it'll bounce off of them. So, we're not going to really be using it, but I guess it's good for against monsters to have a whole bunch of, like, attack, but we'd just rather have all our characters be eligible for, like, a heal-all or healing spell. So, we'll end up throwing it in the vault. We can save our game here, but we're going to talk with all these people and find out what this final town is. This is Godside, the closest town to Zenithia. Nothing really good here to buy. The new equipment that we want to buy, that we're going to get, is in another village, an elf village. But there were some things we do want to get here. This is the closest island to Zenithia, but it's also close to the world of darkness. There will form a perilous cave on the western side of this island. And there's a small medal here in this drawer. So we're going to grab it. And then we're going to go talk with some more people. There's one different piece of dialogue if you don't have the hero with you, so I'll show that off then. But there's somebody who calls for the hero. I'll show that off after we talk with them first. Not everyone who climbs the tower to Zenithia can enter Zenithia. Instead, only those who possess the Zenithian armor, helm, shield, and sword can enter, so... armor shop. Nothing that we really want here. So, and then there's a staircase there. That's where you'll find there's an Ethian in there, and they're the ones who call for Cosmo. Esturk came back to life and was destroyed by the hero as prophesized. But the prophecy doesn't say anything about the future. It's an awful thing. They say the monster called Necrosaro has perfected the secret of evolution. According to rumors, Necrosaro began using the secret of evolution deep underground. I'm a prophet. The prophecy that Esturk could come back to life and be destroyed by the hero is true, but I don't know prophecy for the future thereafter. So, yep, we're gonna have to write it ourselves. I'm afraid with the golden bracelet, the secret of evolution will be even more devastating than ever. I know it. Only hatred drives Necrosaro now. Unless stopped now, he'll evolve into the most horrible being. Head down this way. You can tell who the Zenithian is by their they have like angel wings on their head. The person sleeping there fell down from the sky. Why do you put him in a prison? Cosmo, I've been waiting for you. Go see Master Dragon now, or the world will be obliterated. Okay. So yeah, we get different dialogue if we come back in here without Cosmo and all parties. So we'll just do that real quick. It says switch our party out a little bit, turn it into... nothing really changes during the day and the night. I just change it day and night to kind of show you. But yeah, now we're just going to switch out, we'll put Ragnar in. He's kind of like a hero without magic. And we'll head back in here, and then you'll see just we get a slightly different dialogue from that guy, because now Cosmo ain't there, so... I would just really ask for Cosmo. He'd be like, where's Cosmo at? Yeah, nothing really important, but like I said, I want to show things off, so let's go talk with him. And what's he saying? What happened to Cosmo? I must see Cosmo at once. So that's your clue to come back here with Cosmo if you are going through without him. Saying the same thing? Yep, the person sleeping there fell down from the sky. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna have to fall down from the sky eventually, like I said, to get that final, to get to that final dungeon, which you're gonna go see, right up here. You'll see that it's surrounded by, mountains. So the only way to get to it is from above, but we can't fly the balloon into there, because when you get on the balloon, it automatically takes you back to the main world map. Another new enemy here, the Noctabat. And Lena finishes off with, once again, enemies can start, that's their max hit points that I have listed there, but they can start anywhere between 100% of the max hit points and 75% of it. So that's why Lena was able to take that guy out with just one hit, even though it didn't hit the max. So now we're going to, head over, we'll just land a thing, and we're going to cast the return spell, and we're going to return to Izmit, because we want to turn in a bunch of those small medals that we have. And Izmit's pretty close to where small Metal King Island is. We'll be returning to Izmit a little bit later. The game doesn't direct you to return there, you don't have to. The game doesn't direct you to return there unless you do something optional in Rosaville. That's where, you know, Rosa was and where the humans abducted her. So if we go there, we'll get, the slime will tell us something and basically tell us to hit the slime that was hanging out with Rosa. Will basically tell us to go to Izmit. That's your clue to get another dream. But we'll do that later. We want to, talk with the Metal King here and turn in a whole bunch of medals. Alright, we now have, 12 small medals. We want to get a Sword of Miracles and 2 Hats of Happiness, so we'll have to hold off on the second Hat of Happiness. But the Sword of Miracles, that one will go to Taloon. And then the Hat of Happiness, we need one for Mara and Nara. Yeah, so... we'll take his Brain Crystal, already got theirs. So... we'll have to turn in a bunch of stuff, we're gonna have to clean up our inventory a little bit there. And nope, we're good. We're gonna have to come back then and say we're gonna get 2 more small medals. So that'll be, we'll use 29 small medals total. Then we'll have just 3 left over we can throw in the vault. So let's equip our things, just give Talon the Sword of Miracles now. We can sell his Sword of Malice and Sword of Lethargy. That'll help us make some of the money that we need to buy some new equipment. Then we're gonna, we also sell this golden barrette there. That had happened, so we're really good for Mara, because she tends to run out of magic quicker than anybody else, even quicker than Bray. So, let's get rid of some stuff here. We'll keep Ragnar's Sword of Lethargy though. You could, I guess, give Talon if you want. You could give the Sword of Miracles to Ragnar. We'll get another one later on, and then you can give the Sword of multi-edged sword. It's cursed, but still be good for Talon because sometimes he uses those antics instead of just a straight attack. So if he does the antics, he won't take the curse from the multi-edged sword. So that hat, we're pretty close to getting enough money to get what we want. We're going to drop off some more equipment here at the vault. Some of the stuff we won't need anymore. We won't need that staff of transformation anymore. We won't need, I guess we won't need the gas canister, that dress of radiance. So just clear out a whole bunch of inventory. So, and we'll save our game. Next time we have to, like I said, we're going to head to that other place that we couldn't get to, where the X marks the spot on the treasure map. And then we'll get to, we're going to have a lot of gold to buy some stuff. We won't actually be able to afford all the stuff that we want there. But there's a decent dungeon that we're not going to go through twice. Because if you go through that dungeon, you're supposed to go through the dungeon with just 3 people. If you go through it with 4 people, though, you get different dialogue. So I'm going to go through it with like 4 people, and then just off-screen going through it with 3 people. So that'll help us get some that extra money that we need. But I'm going to pass the Fire Claw over to Bray. Yeah, he has the Magma Staff that casts the Boom spell. So he doesn't really need the Fire Claw. But Mara has a whole bunch of, she can cast a whole bunch of all those fire spells, so it just gives Bray another fire spell to use. And eventually, Mara will end up getting the Ice Blade that Cosmo currently has, so then she can cast some Blizzard spells. So that way, if an enemy's weak to Blizzard and Fire, both Mara and Bray will be effective in battle. Because eventually, Cosmo's going to get the Zenithian Sword soon, so you won't need that Ice Blade anymore. Hand it down, like I said, to Mara that way. Gives her access to the cold, at least one cold spell version. So, like I said, all this stuff that is going to happen is going to happen, I guess, in our next episode when we head to that X marks the spot on Howard's map. What can be there? Find out in the next episode. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.